Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel, Coffee Tea Paper. My name's Louise and today I have another Ferris Wheel Press ink review for you. This one is called Russet Typecase and we're still in Barrington Bear's letterpress studio. And you can see here on the box we've got all the letters in his printer's tray and some other tools of the trade on the box as well, always with those little hints of gold foiling, which you know, is nice, isn't it? And we've got a little, I don't know if it's an Easter egg or what you would call it, but we've got the word love here back the front, which of course, you know, they did have to print back the front, didn't they? Now I believe that this is going to be an autumnal or fall hued ink because of course Ferris Wheel Press is Canadian, so it is to be expected that they're inspired around the seasons that they are experiencing. But a lot of us here in the southern hemisphere love our autumn weather and miss it terribly, especially as it moves into summer. So we'll just do an unboxing. They always package it up very nicely, and of course, if you ever have any problems with your ink arriving damaged or leaking, just make sure you take a lot of photos while you're unpackaging it and then get in touch with Ferris Wheel Press straight away. I've never had a problem personally, and I've only seen one person who's shared the fact that their ink arrived spilled in the box. So it's normally packaged up very nicely. I'm quite excited about this ink. I do like orange and brown inks in general. The last ink I reviewed was the lead cast letters, which I've been absolutely loving. I shared in one of my journal videos that I filled up my new Esterbrook SD Honeycomb pen with it, and I have been using it so much. It is such a usable color. I'm beginning to think that maybe this one might be the next one to go in this pen, but the only way to tell that, of course, is by swatching it out. So I'll start off with doing a swatch with a paintbrush, and then I thought, just for fun today, I might use my calligraphy nib. I might use this Hokoro fountain pen nib, which is a medium, but it's a dip pen. And I also might use my Kakimori stainless steel nib as well, just to mix things up a bit. I'll get my very colourful cloths here. Okay, there's always a silicone seal on the bottles. Most of the time you have to peel it off separately. Sometimes it's sort of wedged up inside. So we'll do our swatching first. This isn't a shimmer ink, it's an everyday ink. Well, I'm very interested to see how this one dries out because I really like how it has gone on the page wet. This is a very nice goldeny brown hue. So now we'll have a look at the writing test. I might try doing the title with this one and then move to the fountain pen style dip pen here, because that's probably what the majority, or closest to the majority of us, use on a day-to-day basis. I don't know if I have to dip it in quite so often, but kind of afraid of running out of ink halfway through a word. I might also do the title with this one and then some writing. This actually reminds me a lot of one of my favorite inks of all time, one that I generally will take traveling with me and always have in a pen, and that is J. Herbin's Ombre de Bermani. I will get out a sample later. I'm just going to keep going with the writing sample, and we can have a look. Alright, as it's drying off, I really think that you get these sort of warm amber type notes coming through the ink as well. It's meant to be a sepia, however, I think it's closer to an amber type finish. Myself, that's just my opinion. I do love the box. The box is always cute, and I love the fact that they've just popped this little word here of love. The other thing I need to do is do my swatch test here. I almost forgot. I always almost forget to do that. There's our last one. I cast letters. Okay, so I'll pop it here. And because often you get quite a variation between the two papers. This is 52 GSM Tomoe River paper in my Sarika Studio in journal insert. And this Ferris Wheel Press swatch book. The paper is more like a hot press watercolor paper, very smooth, very thick, and the inks tend to dry quite with a matte finish on that. I really like the edging on this, so that sort of hard edge, to me that's a sepia tone. And look here where it's come off quite thickly on the Kakamori dip pen. Yeah, this is a nice one. I think this is a really solid ink. Two in a row, might be even more. Definitely two. Just label that one. These just appeal to me. I mean, look, the very colourful inks, and you know, the novelty inks with the glitters and so forth and shimmers. I mean, they definitely have a place. They are really fun to use. They add a bit of whimsy to your journal, to your letter writing. But for a really solid like base collection of inks. Things like this is a really, really nice ink to have in your collection, along with that lead cast letters. I'm just loving that ink so much. I'm just going to pause. Now I really am going to pause and see if I can dig up Ombre de Bermani, and we'll have a little look at that. Okay, I've had to dig up my uh, ink journal that I've already filed away. So here is Ombre de Bermani. So it actually has come out looking more yellow. Here's another one, more yellow. I have some diamine inks as well that it sort of puts me in mind of. Diamine Autumn Oak. Nope. Diamine Caramel Sparkle, that's a shimmer ink. No. One of my pen pals, Jane, sends me lots of samples of her currently inked each month, which is just amazing. It's like a real visual reference library. Okay, here we've got a bit of a something that's looking a bit similar. The Robert Oster Toffee. So that's something to think about. Yeah, I think that would be about the closest. Here's another sample of toffee. So yeah, so even though I looked at lots of brown and orangey and yellow inks, it's still yeah, just that little bit different. I really like the brown edging that's coming out and the deeper tones on this. Okay, well, it's almost dry, so on that note, I'm going to finish the video there. So thank you so much for watching and joining in. Let me know what you think about this ink. Don't forget, I also have a discount code for Ferris Wheel Press for any of their websites all over the world, globally, and that is JA-CTP. I'll leave it in the description, I'll leave it at the bottom of my page, I'll leave it everywhere. And yeah, because the thing is, if you use that code, you get 15% off, so there's no reason to pay full price for Ferris Wheel Press ink. Yeah, interested to know what you think of this one. I'll leave you with some close-ups of the dried up samples, and I will see you next time. Bye!